Welcome to Cupcakes and Clarity, the podcast for high-achieving women who want success and fulfillment without burning it all down. I'm your host, Lisa Pirinelli, and every Tuesday I'm bringing you honest conversations and practical strategies to help you create more balance, purpose, and joy in your work and your life. Think of this as a heart-to-heart with a trusted friend. Together we'll get real about the challenges you face, and you'll leave every episode feeling clear, confident, and inspired to make your next chapter your best one yet. Welcome back to Cupcakes and Clarity. I'm Lisa Pirinelli, and since this episode is going live in February, I want to start here. Valentine's Day is usually framed as romantic love, but one of the most overlooked forms of love is the way we choose how and who we show up for. Getting clear on your values isn't just self-care. It's an act of love for yourself and for the people who matter most. Today, we're talking about something almost every adult feels, but very few people say out loud: friendship, or more honestly, the quiet frustration around it. If you've ever thought, I barely have time for myself, I'm terrible at keeping in touch. Everyone else seems to have this figured out. This episode is for you, because here's what I want to say right up front. Most adults don't struggle with friendship because they're bad at it. They struggle because they've never consciously decided where friendship fits in their life. And when we don't decide, our insecurities and the passing of time decide for us. We tell ourselves we're too busy, and honestly, life is full. Work, family, parenting, caregiving, mental load, decision fatigue. By the end of the day, there's often nothing left, not even a small margin. But here's the honest truth most of us avoid. If something matters enough, it eventually shows up on the calendar. That doesn't make you rigid. It doesn't make you transactional. It makes you human. Every yes in your life already reflects a value, even if you've never named it. And when friendship doesn't make the cut, it doesn't mean you don't care. It usually means it's competing with survival level priorities. And that's not a character flaw, that's information. Let me slow this down for a second, because you aren't choosing to deprioritize friendship. You're defaulting there because everything else feels urgent. Now, I want you to consider this gently, not critically. If I looked at your calendar right now, what would it say you value? What keeps getting time, even when you're exhausted? What do you protect without negotiating? And what keeps getting pushed out? Not because you don't care, but because you're tired. I've had seasons where my calendar said I valued productivity, even though what I really craved was connection. And noticing that without judgment changed everything. One of the loneliest seasons of my life was when I became a new mom. Not because I was physically alone, I rarely was, but because I didn't recognize my life anymore. And in turn, didn't feel supported, understood, or seen. And not because my family and friends didn't want to help. I had no idea how to communicate how I felt without feeling like I'd be judged as failing, incompetent, or ungrateful. And no one really prepared you for that. You're surrounded by people, but you're carrying things no one else can hold for you. If you've ever felt lonely and then immediately judged yourself for feeling that way, this is for you. Loneliness doesn't mean you're ungrateful. It means you're human. Sometimes you're with people all day, but no one is really holding you. No one is asking how you are and waiting long enough for the real answer. And when connection isn't intentionally protected, it doesn't disappear dramatically. It erodes quietly. Text threads fade, invitations stop coming, and we assume it's our fault. Here's something that shifted everything for me. Friendship has seasons. There's seasons where you build, seasons where you maintain, seasons where you rest, and seasons where you release. Problems happen when we expect ourselves to build in a maintenance season or maintain in a survival season, and we turn that mismatch into shame. Clarity is kinder than pressure. So instead of asking, why am I so bad at this? Try asking, what season am I actually in right now? Are you expecting yourself to build friendships in a season meant for rest? Are you grieving friendships from a past season while trying to live fully in a new one? What would you change if you allowed this season to be what it is instead of what you think it should be? I've had seasons where showing up at all was the win, and that counted. Before I share a quick cupcake moment, I want to pause here for a second. Because if this conversation about friendship, time, and seasons is landing for you, it's probably pointing to something bigger. This month, especially around Valentine's Day, we talk a lot about love for others. But getting clear on your values, how you want to live, work, and connect, that's a form of love for yourself. And it changes how you show up in every relationship. That's exactly what we'll be doing together during the Love Your Work and Life Planning session on February 19th at 11 a.m. It's a space to step back, look at what actually matters in this season of your life, and make decisions that feel aligned instead of heavy. If you've been craving clarity, not more pressure, this is for you. You can grab your free ticket at lisapirinelli.com. Or you can send me a note, a DM, and I can give you the information. All right, let me tell you this cupcake moment. This week, it's a story of finding connection in chaos. A while back, I had a few unexpected hours open in my day, and I thought about texting my lifelong friend to see if she was free. I almost didn't. She travels for work. We hadn't seen each other in months, and I didn't want her to feel obligated or guilty if she couldn't. And more simply, I didn't want to feel rejected. But I sent the text anyway, and she was available, and we met up. During our time together, she shared something, though, that surprised me. She said she'd been turning down quick coffee invites with other friends because she felt guilty that we hadn't connected yet. Like there was a hierarchy, like she couldn't move forward until we caught up. I told her very clearly, I never want to be the reason you don't connect with others. How amazing is it that we got to talk this out? We both need other friends in various aspects of our lives, which currently happen to be in different seasons. I was so grateful she shared her honest internal reasoning to me. It opened our eyes and our hearts to the connection we value so much, but also the impacts when not defined and openly communicated, how it can create unintentional disconnection from others and keep us from experiencing much needed friendship on a consistent basis from a variety of friends at all stages. And in that moment, we both realized what was happening. We hadn't clarified our values, so guilt filled in the gaps. And guilt creates rules no one actually agreed to. Let that land for a second. How many rules are you living by that no one ever asked you to follow? My story demonstrates a gap that existed within my lifelong relationship that's full of love, trust, and understanding. So the conversation and clarity came naturally. A newer, more fragile friendship may not have had this honest exchange even come to light. And I say this as a reminder that we all are constantly learning, growing, mending, and developing in friendship, no matter the tenure of the relationship. So have patience and forgiveness in yourself and others by assuming the best of intentions and being brave enough to have the open conversations with a curious heart instead of filling in the gaps with your own information. What is the cost of unspoken rules? When we don't name what friendship means to us, we assume, we compare, we wait, we withdraw. We tell ourselves stories instead of having conversations, and we quietly carry expectations no one else knows exist on ourselves and others. Friendship doesn't require perfection. It can't. It wouldn't be sustainable because we're all going to make mistakes. It does require honesty within ourselves and others. So I ask you, before you try to fix friendships, before you schedule anything, before you judge yourself, you need clarity. I ask, do you have it? What role does connection play in this season of your life? Because when friendship is a value, not a guilt obligation, it gets lighter. It fills your cup. In the next episode, we'll talk about what to do with that clarity, how to build and maintain friendships without burning yourself out. And until next time, may your clarity bring you the healthy connections you need in all your relationships, one cupcake at a time. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Cupcakes and Clarity. If today's conversation inspired you and you'd like even more tips and strategies tailored to your life, go to lisapirinelli.com/resources for more self-guided tools. And if you're ready for personal support to help you navigate what's holding you back, I'd love to meet you. Head over to lisapirinelli.com to schedule your free consultation call. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so be sure to follow or subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you enjoyed today's episode, it would mean so much if you shared it with a friend or leave a quick review. Until next time, here's to creating more clarity, confidence, and joy in your life, one cupcake at a time.